Okay, we're gonna do something really simple today. Just a simple plastic flower I have around the house. Not very complicated. The key is really get the reflection right. Well, the plastic flower may look simple, but actually there's a few things to it. We'll go through this as we progress through the sketch. You will find the reference photo in the link. I will provide that in the description below. As usual, we will start with a simple outline, focus on the broad Y shape of the flower, and don't be bothered too much about the individual highlights and so on and so forth. That we can always use the guide of the pencil lines to paint or avoid painting. I'm going to put in the shadow first, quite straightforward. Looking at the shadow in the photograph, you see that it's just to help make the flower pop, if you like. Shadow is what gives rise to to a two-dimensional piece of paper. On its own, shadow doesn't mean anything, but as you put in the three-dimensional objects in front of it, you will see that the flowers will begin to become three-dimension and solidify before your eyes. The idea here is quite straightforward. Just put in the shadow and then put in the flower and the vase. Well, one of the things I want to talk about is leaving paper white for highlights. As you can see, that's what I did with the bottom of the vase and also some parts of the main part of the vase itself. And then I'm going in with a much lighter version of the purple. The purple basically is made out of permanent alizarin crimson with French ultramarine. Very diluted version, and I'm going in to put in the rest of the value for the vase itself. As you can see, the contrast of the value is quite significant, and this is something that most beginners will miss. They'll take the same value and they'll slap it all around. Actually, no, read the value and learn to see it more accurately. The value contrast is tremendous between the darkest dark of the purple and the lighter part of the purple itself. And that is essentially what gives you the three-dimensional form. And as you read the values, you continue to put in the various type of diluted purples. Essentially, it's the same mix. It's just the amount of water that you put in. For darker version, of course, you're going to put in with greater pigment, almost like out of the tube with very little water. That's how you get the darkest dark, if you like. I put a second layer of where the shadow part of the vase is. I put in a bit of a shadowed part of the yellow, shadowed part of the green, and again, those are all to make the three-dimensional form come up, essentially. And that's really the whole idea of this sketch, is creating form through differentiating the values as well as using shadows. And that's pretty much it. Simple, straight to the point, very, very sketchable for any beginners who want to attempt watercolor. I hope this is of help to some of you. And you could try this. I have the reference photo in the link. And you could certainly do it at home. Drop me a note if you have any question or stumble on some parts. I'm putting in my name, that's in Chinese, and write down the name in English. And that's it. Have a good day wherever you are and stay safe. Bye.